Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Nigeria Now on Echo Television, the station that keep you updated with all that is happening, most of the stories that are happening presently in the country. And you know the way we do it here on the show, where we open the Facebook and YouTube are handled there, so you can participate and drop your comment, your views on any of the matters we will be discussing as it relates to you, and then we can drop some of those recommendations and see how together as a country we can put our hands together to make things better. I am Sela Elisha Dashon, and I'll do the program with Rachel Tansey. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Sele.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm great, thank you so much. And we have a number of stories we would love to discuss here on the show. And we would love to start with what is happening presently. We are having the reps that's talking about the PDP caucus, are talking about the fact that they are giving the president 3 months ultimatum to come up with solutions to the insecurity that is happening. We know with the planting season just by the corner, the rains are already coming in, and they are hoping that the president can do something about the issue of insecurity. And you know, Rachel, this morning you and I were discussing, the fact that we've been seeing pockets of attack in various parts of the country. We've seen Benway being, that was a state that was known to be the food basket of the nation, but I really do not know what is happening presently because with the number of killings and insurgents that is going there, I wonder how the farmers can make it to the farm. Let's not talk about the issue down north side where we have Zamfara, Borno having their own fair share of insecurity. And even in Plateau State, we saw what happened in Bokos recently and even the Berkiladi, where we know that most of this planting are being done in the rural areas, and these local governments are one of those local governments that contribute immensely to the food basket of the nation. Now, here we are seeing the PDP are saying they will not fold their arms and the president should better do something, or else there will be maybe mobilization coming from mass to the mass, and then something needs to just be done. We cannot get tired of talking about insecurity because for every time we talk about that, we know that there is a need to do something about it. Let's not even talk about the fact that just yesterday, you and I were talking about inflation when it comes to food prices in the market, and then whether we like it or not, we have to link it to the fact that if farmers cannot make it to the farm, definitely we risk having shortage of food comes 2025 or even the end of the year. Now, here we are seeing PDP are saying, you know what, we're not going to fold our arms. We need to do something about the issue of insecurity in the country so that we can all have a country that we can stay safe. Let's not even talk about the Kwama attack we're having. You know, even they also have something that they're peculiar with and all of that. And so I really feel that the president needs to do something. Of course, we've seen yesterday where we saw Ribadu talking about the fact that success sees some of the people they were able to rescue without paying of ransom and all of that. I think we applaud them for that, but there's more that needs to be done so that every corner of the country is safe and so that people can actually move freely, farmers can go to the farm, and then every other thing as well can move smoothly in the country.
I believe that getting these ultimatums are important from to the president from every group. It's not the first time we are seeing an ultimatum being given. I see it more of it serving as a reminder to the president that, you know what, more needs to be done. There's still attacks left, right, center on the plateau, in Benue. So in as much as we are seeing troops on the other side, we are seeing the armed forces, we are seeing the police, we are seeing different security agencies recording some amount of success. On the other side, we are still having insecurity thriving. So for me, I see this ultimatum all the time as just a reminder to the president to do more. Because the truth in that is this, that there's nothing you can do after 3 months. What are you going to do concerning the insecurity? To those who are issuing this ultimatum to the president in 3 months, if in 3 months there's another attack in Benue, it's happening weekly and every day. There was one yesterday, some days back, we're seeing that on the plateau. The question is, this 3 months ultimatum, if we still see pockets of attack, what are you going to do to the president? So I believe it's just reminder, just telling the president, we're on your neck, we are watching you, we're looking at your administration, what are you doing concerning insecurity, and you cannot sleep on it. You cannot sleep on it for whatsoever. You cannot relax. You cannot close your eyes. You have to be on your toe, because on the other side, on the papers early hours of this morning, we saw where Mokri is saying that there's Tinubu's administration is fighting insecurity. And at the same paper, for example, we now saw 26 losing their lives in Benue community and all of that. Does it change the fact that there is some amount of success? No. But what is going on about insecurity outweighs the results that we are getting. That is a fact, because we have governors complaining about abduction and all of that. In as much as we saw this, I believe, where today is Wednesday, Sele, I believe on Monday, where we see our NSA boasting that over 1,000 abductees have been freed without ransom. We still have hundreds of unaccounted Chibok girls. We still have people that might be kidnapped today. We still have people that might be kidnapped tomorrow. Because the thing is, we still have those kidnappers outside. We still have those Boko Haram terrorists out there. We still have those Fulani herdsmen out there. We still have these bandits out there. As long as these people causing mayhem exist, it means we are still going to see a lot of attacks and insecurity in the country. So when I see the ultimatum, I believe that it serves mainly as a reminder to the president that, you know what, there are people that will be on your toe every single day, and they demand better of your administration. You will answer, you'll be responsible, and we have to see results, especially when it comes to insecurity in the country.
You know, I'm happy, Rachel, you were able to make practical references to, stories we've seen. Let's not even forget the Chibok girls, which you mentioned. And then till date, questions such as where's Leah Sherari till date. And then we also saw even in the paper where some of these repentant, either Boko Haram, are finding it very difficult, and even some of the ladies or some of the girls that are taken captive that were being brought back, the stigma that's been attached to them and all of that. And then we'll keep adding our voices to the voices of other people. We saw even Amnesty International saying what needs to be done, number of people that are still in the IDP camps and all of that. So we are hoping, just like you said, this is a reminder to the president. We know how we entered this year with various attacks, especially in the FCT, where a number of people felt if the FCT was under siege, then where else in Nigeria would you say you're going and you will be safe? So we are hoping that we'll still find, our security agency combing every area who can crime it, bring out all the people that are behind it. Let us hear more successes. We're still waiting for more financiers, apart from Mamu and the rest that we saw in the paper. More people need to be brought to book. More people need to answer to the law, so that we know that, you know what, this government means business when they say they want to eradicate insecurity as much as possible. Now we've seen that another story that is making it top today is the fact that, we've seen that the Ministry of Water Resources were able to give out memo circulars over 31 governors. The fact that, you know what, your states are prone to flooding. Already we've seen, flooding pictures left, right, and center in Lagos and Sopana. It happens to be one of the states as well that is almost close to the River Rhine area. So we've seen some of them being able, the governors have been able to evacuate people that are living down that side. And more needs to be done. I don't even want to go back what happened down from 2022 to 2023, the opening of the Cameroon Dam, a number of houses that were being destroyed, crops that were being destroyed as a result of the flooding and none of that. And then we cannot help to say that this is not just in Nigeria. The issue of climate change is everywhere, it's globally. But then, what can the government do? And that is why I'm happy that they're able to send these reminders. In case you do not know, the rains will be here. We know that the rain is going to be heavy, whether we accept it or not. And so they gave a window period between April down to November. We will be seeing the rains. And we know the way the rain is from July, August, September. It's quite heavy, non-stop rain. So I think it's very important. I'm happy that these states are here. I cannot even forget what happened in Bauchi State, houses, kids that lost their lives, and then the number of things like that. So I'm happy that the FCT have predicted that. I was talking about the federal government, have actually predicted that. So I'm hoping that the governors will take it seriously, the communities, the local government areas that will be affected, something should be done now. If they need to take them to safe area, they should. And also for those who feel they are not living by the riverine areas, Rachel, it will surprise you that we are having even flooding even in the center where there are no water
Of course.
water lines, because some of us have refused to free our water, talking about
Waste, yeah, the
drainages
channel,
and all
yeah.
of that. So while I'm talking, I just cannot help but remember my area where we can see that even the rings that have been created to help and channel water have been blocked because people have turned the rivers to become where they throw their refuse dumps and all of that. So we see that the water has no way. So whether we like it or not, some bridges will be broken. Why? Because
Yeah.
we know the way water is, it definitely creates channel for itself if it doesn't find one. So I'm happy that this is out there, but I'm hoping that beyond making it here, Nime talking about it, I'm hoping that our communities, our governors will take it seriously and do something so that we do not have a reputation of what has been happening previously.
Select 31 states out of 36, including the FCT 37. We are looking at the whole Nigeria prone to flooding. We're talking about 31. 6 is insignificant number compared to 31. So is the whole of the country prone to flooding? Is the whole country in trouble regarding flooding? Now, what this means is that this is not a situation where the government will be like, well, our ministry have told you there's going to be flooding in your state, and you sit back and fold your hands. No, it means that the federal government have to be involved in everything that is going to be done concerning safety of individuals in their state. Now, as we've had NIME doing their homework, saying, okay, this 31 states, now where I believe that we need to bring it down to the state level is now what local governments are more in trouble. What local government areas and council are more in trouble, because of course it's not everywhere. There are places that they are close to waterways, or even once where the buildings are right now was once, let's say, ponds
Or
and
waterlogged
stuff.
areas.
Exactly, waterlogged areas. Sele. So what this is, I believe, now coming down to the state government, and I'm pointing the local government areas that, you know what, will be more prone to this flooding. And then what are you going to do? You made mention of a very vital part, and this is where now we will break it down to community. Over the years, I truly don't know what community heads are doing, or community chiefs, or how we popularly know it in-house down here in the middle belt or on the plateau as May Angwa, for example, owner of the area, but then community chief, community leader, community head, however it is you describe it in your own community or in the area where you are. What are we doing? Because we need to wake up and clear these drainages, because these waterways have been created. So by the time your fence is being brought down because your drainage is not functioning, whose fault is it? Because now the government have created these drainages. So why are you not clearing it? Must the government come out and clear it in the first place? The government didn't put those dirts there. It is you, the same community, that allowed it to become like that. So this is where we can say it's everybody's responsibility. Down to households, down to community. What are you doing about the waterways? Do you have drainage channels within your own house, depending on the area in which you are? If we're able to do this from one level to another, and then for people that would have to live a complete area like local government area, because we see that in the south, in the south side, when these flood starts, or in the southeast, how houses are buried. We know that when it comes to this kind of areas, it's not about clearing your drainage, because
It's
even if you
about
clear your,
evacuating
exactly, even if you clear your drainage, there's nothing. These are the areas and situation I want to see the federal government involved. I want to see NEMA involved, not sharing palliative after. I want to see you involved before the rain start, or before we get to those time where it's very heavy. I want to see the local government chairmen involved. I want to see the state governors involved to do whatever it takes to take these people out of harm's way. And some of the, just as I said about community work, is there's this way there's this area not far from where I live. On my way to work every year, there's water reaching the level, not covering. It's just that period, that line. How will I put it on the road? It's just by the roadside. And every day, every year when the rains come, it gets to the level where you don't see the footpath. Last year it was worse. And I was just about to say, I haven't seen them done anything. You get it? This is your business, except if you're okay losing things all the time, or you feel it's the government that is supposed to come. First of all, we don't do our surveys when we want to build. So we can't even start blaming the government, because who sold the land for you in the first place? I believe it's a private individual. Did you do your survey on if it was a waterlogged area and not? Because you are very opposite to where it's a swampy area and all of that. So are you waiting for the government, or why are you not doing anything about it? So these are all the things I believe that put together, it's a collective effort. And I just hope that, we do something about it, and that there are no losses recorded. The worst would be that of people's life. I just hope that this raining season, the flood doesn't take anybody's life.
Well, just like we said, we hope that it doesn't take anybody's life. But just like you made a very valid point, the fact that we shouldn't wait for the government to do everything. So I'm hoping to see that this weekend we'll see a whole community putting their heads together, having all of the chief village heads and whatever that we normally have there wherever we are. Put the youths together. Let us clear the drainages wherever we feel it's a waterway. Let us create waterways, because the water needs to pass, whether we like it or not. We need to create paths for our water so that we don't fall victim. Like, even if we should have, it won't be that serious, because I really do not know what's going to happen to some of our farmlands. But however it will be, we just have to do something. No matter how little it is, let us do something to actually reduce some of the damages we have. Now, we've seen that marketers are excited and happy, because, we've seen that the price for diesel have actually cut down from Dangote. We know that he's a former chairman of MAN, and then here we've seen that he has done something. And marketers are happy, because just recently they were pleading for the landing cost of diesel. It was over 800 naira. So imagine buying it at over 800 naira. How much are you going to sell it? So, definitely they need to make profit and all of that. And then we're seeing that Dangote have actually, slash the price for diesel for them presently. So it's now going to be 1,000 naira to a liter. Initially it was 1,000 to, and even above, depending where you actually going to get it. And I think this is really a right step in the right direction, because a number of people have been looking forward to that. And even the price of petrol, people are hoping that, very soon we should be buying petrol that maybe lower than it was, because presently it's about 600, 700. So we might not say it should go down to be 200 naira, but I believe it can still go back to 200 naira if only we do all we need to do. And then we can also put hands. I remember when we had the Dangote refinery being launched newly, we all make mention the fact that we are proud of him, but we hope that the government will not fold their arms. The deadline for the Port Harcourt refinery has passed. And I'm wondering what is happening. Are we going to keep waiting for Dangote to do everything? Can't we have our government doing something to actually complement the effort being done by Dangote? And then eventually we'll begin to that even diesel is going, lower than 1,000 naira to a liter. It is possible, but we only have to play our own parts as a country if only we want everything to slash down. And then this can actually even affect the cost of price. Yesterday we saw how much food is, inflation and all of that, how it was being attributed to how much all of these tankers have to transport things from one part of the country to another. So I am happy by this step, and I'm hoping we will see more steps being put in places so that we can have everything going down. Prices of goods, prices of diesel, prices of everything dropping subsequently as time goes on.
It's only nothing but good news hearing this from Dangote, and then the impact will be felt depending of how much of the supply percentage is he in charge of. And then we'll be able to see a significant, effect of it directly to businesses. For me, this is a very, very big news to a large extent. Are we saying diesel is cheap? Of course not. It was at 500, 600 before it flew to over 1,000. So what this means for us is that it's a right step in the right direction. However, I am looking forward to seeing more and more, just as you said, concerning the the fuel pump prices and all of that. But at least we might eventually start seeing that food inflation goes down, because we know these trucks use diesel, and if transportation is one of the reasons why we are seeing so much increase in food inflation, then perhaps we can start seeing, okay, transport costs will go down for transporting goods and food from our rural areas to the urban areas, or from whatever part of the country to another part of the country, and all of that. And it should be sustainable also. So I am looking forward to a sustainable price that eventually we can wake up to eat 900, 800 naira to a liter, and then we move from there. And then the federal government will also following suit, because where are we at with our refineries as it is now? Because if it is for deadlines, it has been rescheduled, it has been moved forward, and we are still overdue, and we're still where we are yet. So I mean, thumbs up for Dangote, and then I mean, he just keeps setting the pace when it comes to market supply, even when it comes to monopoly of certain things, and then making availability of certain goods and services, and then ease. I'm just looking forward to manufacturers having it a little bit easy if they can have diesel at this price. Looking at the tariff hikes, this is good news on every level.
Very, very true. I know the take-home word for me, just like you said, is the fact that we hope to see consistency and persistence also coming from our government, because it's one thing for us to start and it's another thing for us to sustain it till the tail end. So we hope to see our government also joining hands together, and everything will be better. Well, Richard, I think we have to draw the curtain here. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And also thank you to our viewers at home, and also wherever you're watching us. Thank you for following us, and we hope that you'll join us again tomorrow, same time, same station. Take care and have a blessed day.